Have you ever wondered if someone is thinking of you when you're far away? This question can often be answered through our dreams. Dreaming about someone you haven't seen for a while can be more significant than just a memory. Cultures around the world, from the Australian Aborigines to modern psychology scholars, recognize that dreams are a way of connecting our souls with those we miss. Welcome to the Eye of the Soul channel. In dreams, this connection manifests itself in very intense ways. They are not just random images or events, they represent a spiritual link. The Aborigines, for example, speak of the dream time, a sacred era where ancestral spirits formed the world and its laws. They believe that, by dreaming, we can touch these ancestral truths and, by extension, connect with the people who are part of our lives, regardless of physical distance. Psychologically, dreaming about someone can reveal our deepest desires and emotions that during the day may be suppressed or ignored. Carl Jung, a famous Swiss psychiatrist, argued that our dreams are dialogues with the unconscious, allowing us to resolve internal conflicts and reconnect with those we miss. When we dream about someone, it can be a sign that they are thinking about us. It may not be a direct or intentional communication, but a manifestation of the strong emotional bond we share. This experience in dreams often leaves us with a deep feeling when we wake up, a mixture of longing and comfort. If you meet someone in your dreams, consider it a significant sign. It's an opportunity to reflect on the relationships we value, and perhaps even to rekindle bonds that have been frayed by time or distance. That's the mysterious beauty of dreams. They offer us windows into the depths of our soul, and into connections that transcend space and time. I imagine that at some point you've woken up from a dream feeling like you've just spent time with someone you haven't seen for years. This could be more than just a dream. It could be a dream visitor. This phenomenon, where we feel that someone we miss is present in our dreams, is a powerful way of realizing that we are not as separate as we think. These dreams where someone visits us are often vivid and full of emotion. They are not just products of our imagination, but are considered by many cultures to be a real bridge between us and the one who misses us. These dream visits can include specific messages, feelings of love, guidance, and even warnings. The important thing is that they are felt with an intensity that we rarely experience in waking life. When we talk about dream visitors, we are dealing with deep spiritual communication. Modern psychology also finds value in these dreams. They are seen not only as a window into our unconscious desires, but as a space where the emotional and the spiritual meet. Carl Jung suggested that dreams are a form of communication from our unconscious, helping us to better understand our feelings and relationships. If you have a dream about someone you haven't seen for a long time, pay attention to the details. Don't dismiss it as a coincidence. Consider what this dream might be trying to tell you about your feelings and the relationship you have with this person. It could be an opportunity to heal old wounds or simply to reaffirm the emotional bond you share. Have you ever had those days when no matter what you do, you can't stop thinking about someone? This may be more significant than it seems. When someone constantly occupies your thoughts, it can be a sign that they are thinking about you or missing you terribly. This is a phenomenon that transcends mere memory. It's as if that person's presence is somehow calling out to you. This persistent thought about someone can be considered a type of spiritual or emotional connection. Even if separated by distance, the emotional energy between two people can create a bond that makes one feel the other's presence in their daily thoughts. This is not just an obsession or a recurring memory, but a sign of a deeper connection that resists physical separation. The tradition of Advaita Vedanta, a spiritual philosophy from India, helps to understand this phenomenon. According to this view, there are no real separations between people. We are all connected on a fundamental level. The constancy of thoughts about someone can be a reminder of this spiritual truth, showing that separation is only an illusion perceived by our senses. These persistent thoughts can be seen as a call to explore this connection further. They can motivate you to reconnect, or simply to reflect on the nature of your relationships. They are an invisible bridge linking you to the person you miss, offering a chance to understand and appreciate the depth of human connections. So the next time you find yourself repeatedly thinking about someone, consider it another significant sign. It's not just something that happens by chance. It could be a manifestation of a deep connection that deserves your attention and reflection. The feeling of longing and the sense of being connected to someone may have deeper roots than just passing emotions. Advaita Vedanta proposes a revolutionary idea. Everything that exists is part of a single reality. This means that at the most fundamental level, there is no division between you and others, between you and the universe. When we think incessantly of someone, when we feel that someone is present in our thoughts, this can be a reflection of this universal unity. In this context, thinking about someone constantly is not only a sign that they are missed, but also a manifestation of our true nature, which is pure consciousness. These thoughts are not just individual feelings, they are part of the connection we share with everything and everyone. This insight helps us to see beyond appearances and recognize the deep interconnectedness of our lives. Understanding this can change the way we deal with longing and separation. Instead of seeing these feelings as something painful or a void to be filled, we can approach them as an opportunity to deepen our understanding of life and strengthen our bonds with others. This is liberating, as it allows us to live with a sense of fullness and peace, knowing that we are always connected. So the next time you feel restless because of someone's distance, remember the wisdom of Advaita Vedanta. Perhaps what you're really feeling is a call to recognize this fundamental and eternal connection. This not only eases the pain of longing, but also enriches our experience of life. Have you ever felt suddenly sad, happy, or nostalgic for no apparent reason? These sudden mood swings and unexplained emotions can be more than just psychological fluctuations. They can be spiritual signs that someone is thinking about you or missing you deeply. These emotional changes can seem disconcerting because they arise without a direct cause. For example, you may be having a normal day and suddenly feel a wave of sadness or unexpected joy. This phenomenon can be a reflection of the emotional connection we have with other people, even when they are far away. It's as if the emotions of someone who misses you are being transmitted to you through an invisible channel of empathy. Emotional empathy, a concept well explored in both psychology and spiritual traditions, suggests that we are able to physically feel another person's emotions. This occurs especially when there is a strong emotional bond. So, if someone is going through a moment of longing or thinking about you intensely, it is possible that you will pick up on these emotions, even if unconsciously. These experiences can be seen as a call to tune in more deeply to others and to the feelings we share. This phenomenon not only shows our ability to connect with others on an emotional level at a distance, but can also be a sign that someone misses you. Emotional empathy transcends simple sympathy. It is an emotional resonance that connects us with another person's experience, allowing feelings such as joy, sadness, or longing to be shared. This kind of empathy is a reflection of a very strong bond, suggesting that we are not like isolated islands, but parts of a complex emotional network. When someone misses you, that feeling can be so strong that it crosses physical barriers and reaches you through that emotional network. It may be that at random moments, you feel a heaviness in your heart or a sudden joy for no apparent reason. These are possible manifestations that someone, somewhere, is thinking about you intensely. Modern science is beginning to explore how our brains react to these emotional connections. Studies show that certain areas of the brain responsible for empathy are activated when we perceive or even think about another person's feelings. This reinforces the idea that our emotional connections with others are real and qualified, not just figures of speech. Value these experiences of emotional empathy as evidence that human bonds are powerful and profoundly influence our lives. They are reminders that even in loneliness, we are not truly alone. This is a comforting truth that can help us maintain a sense of connection and purpose, even in the most challenging of times. Have you ever suddenly felt a wave of warmth and comfort in your chest, as if you were receiving an invisible hug? This warmth in the heart can be more than a physical sensation. It can be a sign that someone, somewhere, misses you very much and is sending love in your direction. This experience is one of the most beautiful and direct ways of feeling a connection with another person, even when they are not physically present. This feeling of warmth often comes when we least expect it, perhaps in a quiet moment or when we are reflecting on our relationships. It's as if the person who misses you has found a way to say, "I'm here with you," without using words. This is a profound moment that shows us how emotional bonds are capable of transcending physical distances. As well as being an emotional manifestation, this warmth in the heart is also a spiritual experience. In the spiritual tradition, there is often talk of invisible cords that connect us to the important people in our lives, and feeling this warmth is like perceiving this connection in a real way. Warmth in the heart shows us that love and affection can reach any distance, and that our hearts are capable of communicating and receiving affection in ways that transcend the conventional. Whenever you feel this comforting warmth, allow yourself to fully appreciate the experience. It's a powerful reminder that love is a universal force that unites us, and that the people we love and miss are always with us, in one way or another. We can reflect on the days when you just can't stop smiling. It feels like an eternal smile is stuck on your face, and there's no apparent reason for it. This burst of joy may be more significant than you think. It can often be an indication that someone is thinking of you in a positive way. When someone holds you in their thoughts with affection, this feeling can overflow and reach you, influencing your own state of mind. This is not just a romantic coincidence, but a manifestation of how positive emotions can be contagious, even from a distance. If you find yourself smiling for no reason, take it as a sign that you are valued and remembered with affection by someone. What's more, that involuntary smile can improve your day in ways you don't even realize. Not only does it lift your own mood, but it also has the power to make your day lighter and more enjoyable. People who smile are seen as more approachable and friendly, which can improve your social interactions during the day. Allow yourself to enjoy this feeling and spread this positive energy around you. Smile. Be a reflection of the love and affection that is being sent to you from somewhere. Don't underestimate the power of a simple smile, as it can be the sign of a beautiful human connection that transcends distance. Have you ever thought about someone and suddenly received a message from them? Or perhaps you're walking down the street thinking about someone and unexpectedly bump into them. These are the coincidences we call synchronicities, little signs from the universe that seem to say, "It's all connected." These experiences can be surprising and even a little mystical. They make us wonder about the nature of fate and whether there are greater forces at play. For many, these coincidences are seen as indications that a special person, perhaps a soulmate, is thinking of us. It's as if our thoughts and theirs are aligned, allowing these unlikely encounters to happen. Beyond the romantic aspect, these coincidences can have a significant impact on our lives. They can inspire us to make decisions, change our plans, or simply make us smile on an ordinary day. These magical moments give us the feeling that we are in the right place at the right time, and that maybe, just maybe, there's a bigger plan for us. It's important to keep an open mind and a receptive heart in order to notice and appreciate these synchronicities. Don't dismiss them as mere coincidences. They may be opportunities in disguise, moments of revelation that the universe places in our path. The next time you come across one of these strange coincidences, take a moment to reflect. Consider what the universe might be trying to tell you through these small but significant signs. And remember, in a world of infinite possibilities, synchronicities can be bridges to wonderful encounters and discoveries. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you start sneezing for no apparent reason? Perhaps there is no dust, pollen, or any other common allergen around. In many cultures, an unexpected sneeze can have a much more curious and charming meaning. It's said to be a sign that someone is thinking about you. In ancient Greece, for example, it was believed that sneezing was a sign that someone was talking or thinking about you. There is something almost magical about this idea, as if our human connections could transcend physical distance and manifest themselves through our bodily reactions. In Asia, folklore is even more specific. Sneezing 3 times in a row is considered a sign that someone is in love with you. This popular belief adds a romantic layer to the simple action of sneezing, turning an involuntary act into a subtle suggestion of affection and love. Of course, it's always good to remember that sneezing can just be sneezing. They can be caused by any number of practical reasons, from allergies to a sudden change in temperature. but it doesn't hurt to consider the more poetic possibility, especially if it brings a smile to your face. So when you sneeze for no apparent reason, it might be worth looking around with curiosity and affection. Who knows? Maybe it's a sign that you're in a caring frame of mind, receiving good vibes from someone who holds you close to their heart. Think of it as just another of the many mysterious ways the universe has of reminding us of our connections with each other. After all, even a simple sneeze can be a bridge to something bigger and more meaningful. The same thing happens with an unexplained hiccup. You're not dehydrated, nor have you eaten too fast to swallow air. At such times, some people believe that hiccups can be an intriguing sign. Someone is thinking of you in a very special way. Although it sounds a bit unusual, this idea that hiccups can be an indication that you're on someone's mind has its charm. Imagine that every little hiccup is a sign, a little reminder that you are important to someone, even if you're not aware of it at the moment. This interpretation of hiccups as a phenomenon linked to other people's thoughts invites us to reflect on the invisible connections we share with others. When you experience an episode of hiccups, instead of getting frustrated, how about seeing it as an opportunity to think about who might be thinking about you? Perhaps it's time to reciprocate by sending a message or making a phone call to someone you haven't seen for a while. Have you ever had that strange feeling that someone was nearby, even when you were completely alone? Perhaps a chill on your skin, or a feeling of inexplicable companionship. This could be a manifestation that someone who misses you is thinking about you so intensely that their presence seems palpable. This sensation is often described as a felt presence, a psychological and spiritual phenomenon, where the mind and body seem to detect the presence of someone who is not physically present. This can occur in various ways, such as feeling a light touch, hearing a familiar sound, smelling a familiar scent, or even just a general feeling of not being alone. These experiences can be especially strong in moments of silence and introspection, when distractions from the outside world are minimal. It's as if the veil between the physical and the spiritual thins, allowing us to feel the energy of those who love us and have us in their thoughts. Interestingly, many cultures around the world have concepts that reflect this experience, suggesting that our connection with others is not only emotional or spiritual, but also a fundamental aspect of the human experience. These perceptions are validated in stories and traditions that talk about how our loved ones can visit us in times of need or longing. At some point, it must have happened to you that you found something you had lost a long time ago, just when you least expected it. Or perhaps you've bumped into someone completely unexpectedly, bringing back memories of a loved one. These chance encounters and the return of lost objects can be spiritual signs indicating that someone who misses you is thinking of you. These coincidences are not mere chance. They carry a deeper meaning, often acting as bridges between our thoughts and emotions in the material world. For example, finding an old photograph or a gift given by someone special can rekindle memories and feelings, as if that person were trying to communicate with us. In spirituality, it is often believed that these moments are guided by a greater force, as if the universe is aligning circumstances to send us a message. These messages can be a comfort, a reminder of the love and connection we share with someone who is far away. In addition, the recovery of lost objects can be seen as a sign that we are being cared for and protected by those who love us, even if they are not physically present. These objects can have a special meaning, carrying with them energies and memories that are important for our emotional and spiritual well-being. So the next time you come across one of these coincidences, take a moment to reflect on the possible meanings behind them. It can be a powerful way to feel the presence and love of someone who is not by your side, but who clearly has you in their thoughts and heart.